Listen up. A silent disaster is unfolding right now. And no, it's not in the stock market. Not in crypto. Not even in residential real estate. It's in commercial real estate, and it's collapsing from the inside out. The towering office buildings. The corporate headquarters. The skyscrapers that once symbolized power and wealth. Empty. Vacant. Losing value by the day. And what happens next? It could trigger one of the biggest financial disasters in modern history. Because this isn't just a real estate problem. This is a systemic threat. A ticking time bomb that could crush banks, bankrupt entire cities, and set off a chain reaction that no one is prepared for. Let's break it down. Why office buildings are dying. For decades, commercial real estate was a goldmine. Businesses leased office space. Employees commuted to work. Landlords collected massive rents. Then, everything changed. Remote work exploded. Companies downsized. Workers refused to return to their cubicles. And just like that, demand for office space collapsed. Now, office vacancy rates are at record highs. Landlords are struggling to fill buildings. Companies are breaking leases and downsizing. And the worst part? This isn't temporary. This isn't just a market cycle. Companies aren't coming back. This is permanent. And that means commercial real estate is sitting on a ticking time bomb. The massive debt problem no one sees. Here's what they aren't telling you. Commercial real estate isn't just about buildings. It's about debt. Most of these properties weren't bought in cash. They were financed, billions of dollars in loans backed by banks. And now? These buildings are losing value fast. The rent isn't coming in. Landlords can't make their loan payments. And guess what happens next? Banks start failing. Because when those loans default, the banks that issued them get crushed. This isn't just a real estate crisis. This is a financial crisis in the making. Who gets wiped out first? The first to fall? The small landlords. The ones who own a few buildings and can't survive the vacancies. Next. The regional banks. The ones who issued billions in commercial loans and now have no way to get their money back. And after that? Entire cities. Because think about it, if office buildings stay empty, property tax revenue collapses. Public services get cut. Crime and homelessness rise. This is already happening. San Francisco. New York. Chicago. Major cities are watching their commercial districts die. What happens when no one wants to live there anymore? How this could spiral into a full-blown crash. Here's where things get dangerous. If commercial real estate collapses, it won't stay isolated. Banks start failing. Stocks tank. Retirement funds take a hit. And suddenly, we're looking at another financial meltdown. But this time? No bailout is coming. Because unlike 2008, this crisis isn't about bad mortgages. It's about a fundamental shift in how people work, live, and use space. And no amount of government intervention can fix that. What you need to do now? Most people will ignore this. They'll assume it's just a temporary downturn. That the market will recover. But those who understand what's happening? They're preparing. Watch the banks. If regional banks start struggling, the real panic begins. Avoid real estate funds that are overexposed. Many commercial REITs are sitting on massive losses. Look at which cities are failing the fastest. The places with the highest vacancies will suffer the worst economic consequences. Because here's the truth, this isn't just a downturn. This is the end of an era. And by the time most people figure it out, the biggest players will have already moved on. The clock is ticking. The commercial real estate collapse isn't coming. It's already here. The question is, are you paying attention? Drop a comment below. Do you think office buildings will recover, or is this the new reality? Which cities do you think will get hit the hardest? Because by the time most people react, the damage will already be done.